are you both doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. Listen, congrats on the movie. I thought you guys did such a great job. I have to ask the two of you, what is it like the night before you're doing like a screen test for this movie? How much are you like in your head thinking like, I might be getting this huge role?
I'm pretty I kind of think things either happen or they don't happen. You know? I kind of feel like you prepare and then you don't really have that much control. Either they're into you or they're not really into you. I don't know. I'm kind of like, well, I've done everything I can do. I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, it depends.
Maybe that's a bad answer.
Yeah, no, it depends. You know, I usually just you just send the tape, you just do your homework, you know, but when you're just getting closer and closer, it just gets a lot of pressure. And we're like, yeah, so this callback I went to was with Linda Hamilton, and it was like, you know, even if I don't get the movie, I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to be ashamed in front of Linda Hamilton. I don't want to, you know, I just want to do my best. You know, it doesn't matter if I get the movie. I just want to do my thing. So it is a lot of pressure, but I think it's also great and what we do and that emotion. If you don't have that feeling and that little bit of fear when you're on stage or in front of a camera, I think it's part of what we do and part of the joy of it.
Sure. I believe for both of you, this is your first time making a huge movie on this scale and being like leads and everything. What maybe surprised you about the process that you weren't expecting?
I think just how it changes how you need to act, which I guess you kind of know, but working on such a huge scale, things are such higher stakes and they're so much more urgent, and it just changes something in you where you need to rise to this operatic scale or else you're this weird outlier doing like a little intimate story.
Yeah.
Like it just has to be bigger. And I guess I always thought that people decided to act that way, but really the world kind of dictates that.
Yeah, it's a different world. It's just like learning a new language for me. You know, it's not a movie. You're an actor and you go and act, but you also have to learn all the, you know, things, action, movement, and you have to make it believable. So it is a hard work. It is a lot of work, and I was amazed how, you know, like it was 6 months of really intense, you know, days and work and training. But, you know, I'm glad and I'm thankful, and I think it was worth it.
100%. I thought Tim did such a great job with the action set pieces. And what I also really appreciated is how easy they were to follow. It wasn't this bullshit quick cuts and making you wonder what was going on. Can you sort of talk about crafting these action set pieces and maybe, again, what surprised you about working with Tim on them?
I think he's an expert. I mean,
Yeah.
He has it so clear in his mind. Like, he has it. So it's great to have that captain, you know, he was showing you the previous, but he was so clear in his mind, and it was easy to actually imagine if things were not there. But we were actually doing most of the things. You know, we were hanging, Mackenzie was just, like, fighting, and we were in the truck. I mean, they were real, you know, but I think for me, the most important part of it was like, of course, these amazing visual effects you will see, they're great. But you also, like Tim also cared about the characters. You know, he also cared about the emotions and the feelings, and that the characters were relevant and important to the audience, so then you will care about them. Yeah.
Yeah, Tim had done motion capture and designed the fights and the huge set pieces about a year before he started casting the movie. So by the time he was in casting, he was already showing me that whole highway fight and the factory fight with the pre-visualization of the whole thing with a really strange stand-in for me. And yeah, so he would always send it to us as he updated it and as he worked with the stunt team. So throughout the process, we had such a clear view of what we were doing at all times that we could jump into the middle of a fight and be like, okay, well, I just came from there. This person came from here. And just having that grasp on what could be such an abstract thing was so helpful. And I think that's maybe why it feels clear.